Hello, everyone, and welcome to PCR's May Tips and Virtual Transition Times meeting. My name is Melissa Wyman, and I am PCR's Respite Care and Community Engagement Director. I will be your moderator this evening, so please feel free to send any questions or comments in the chat box below. We are so excited to be collaborating with Montgomery County Public Schools, MCPS Transition Services Unit to provide an enhanced transition times program for transitioning youth, their families, and caregivers. We are delighted to offer this presentation with American Sign Language simultaneous interpretation. We will also be offering this presentation with Spanish simultaneous interpretation. To access the other interpretation service in Spanish, at the bottom of your screen, select Interpretation. Select Spanish for the Spanish interpretation. Mute original audio if you only want to hear one language. The English and Spanish language versions will be archived on the PCR website Transition Times page. Just some Zoom tip reminders. We are using the webinar platform. The one thing we will be doing different tonight is we will be asking questions at the end of each presentation when the agency or organization speaks, but feel free to submit any of your questions in the chat box below. Click Show Captions to see the captions for the webinar. You must select the speaking language you would like to show. We are so excited tonight to have a variety of amazing agencies and organizations that offer social and community engagement opportunities in the Montgomery County area. Each organization will have about 10 minutes to share about their organization and upcoming events and our programs coming up, and then we will take questions at the end of each presentation. So let me make sure, I want to make sure that John from Special Olympics is here. Oh, perfect. All right. So we're going to get started with John Bukowski from Montgomery County Special Olympics. He's been volunteering for Special Olympics in Montgomery County for over 20 years. He currently coaches in 4 sports: golf, Topgolf, bocce, and snowshoe, and serves as treasurer. His wife, Shelley, serves as Montgomery County's area director. John?
All right. Well, thank you for inviting us, and I'll say hello to all my colleagues in the other organizations. I've met many of you. If you go to the next slide, I'll be pretty brief with this because there's either a lot to talk about or and not enough time for. We have over 23 sports in 37 programs in 23 sports across our 3 seasons. This chart might be a little busy for some of you that are online, but it's available on our website. If you just go to somdmontgomery.org and go to sports, you'll see this chart and another chart about where our practice locations are. Our sports are divided into 3 seasons: fall, winter, and spring. So brown, blue, and green on that chart. And we have about 600 athletes of all ages. Our young athlete program, which is there's one in each season, is for athletes from ages 3 to 7. And then the other programs are all for athletes from 8 and older. We have a few youth programs. I always want to put a plug in for our youth basketball programs at the Landon School, which occur in the January, February timeframe. It's a terrific partnership where we have a whole lot of Landon students volunteer and work with the athletes in an elementary program, a middle school program, and a high school program. It's not well known, and we have trouble getting the word out, so I'm happy to take this opportunity to talk about it. There are, on every page on our website, you can look at our sports. If you have specific questions about a sport, go to the sport, and there's an email address for the coaching team for each sport. And they are often the ones that are best positioned to answer any specific questions about how basketball works, or soccer, or softball, or Topgolf, or kayaking, bowling, etc. So if you go to the next slide, there's 4 steps to becoming an athlete or getting involved in our program. First, step one is register as an athlete. So there's a form to fill out to become an athlete. You have to fill it out, scan it, send it back to us. The second step is to figure out which sports you're interested in. As I said, every sport that has an email address for that specific coaching team. Um, and it also will have dates about when the sport practices, where they practice, where they compete. Step three, and this is very important, is to sign up for our newsletter. Sign up each sport. You have to sign up for each sport individually. You have to sign up about a month before the sport is scheduled to start. And the dates for when those signups will open are announced in our newsletter. Some sports fill up very rapidly. Bowling is a particular example, but others are open for weeks depending on the demand for the sport. But it's important to sign up. It helps to sign up early if you want to get a spot on the roster. We're very successful. A good number of our programs fill up every season. And then the last step is when that sign up date comes, which is generally almost always at 6 p.m. on a Sunday night, which is when most people have the fewest conflicts. Sign up for that sport, and we look forward to seeing you at the first practice. The thing I'll add is what's not on the schedule is amongst our athletes, we also organize different activities. We have several dances during the year. Our summer games athletes are going to a pep rally in a couple of weeks. We have an outing to Bethesda Big Train in early June, and these things are generally free to the athletes. All of our programs we are free to the athletes. So Melissa, I'll leave it there the rest of the time for questions.
Okay, great. And one question I just have, so for anybody who is interested in some of these activities, is there like a hub or a website or something where they can find them, or do you have to sign up for
But there's a page for every program on my sheet
okay.
at www.somdmontgomery.org, and you can see that right at the top of the Getting Started slide, which is what's on the screen right now. So if
Yes.
you're on that page, go to sports, and there'll be menus. There'll be an overview page for all the sports, and then you can link to through the menu or that overview page a different page for every sport that we offer.
Okay, fabulous. And I'm actually going to put it in the chat too,
Great,
so that way they have it
great.
as well. Okay, does anybody have any questions about Montgomery County Special Olympics? All
Nothing
right.
like going first.
Yeah. Well, again, okay, what skill level?
So the interesting thing, it's really all skill levels. So let me explain something that's different about Special Olympics for people not familiar with it. When we divide athletes into when we go to competition, athletes are divided into divisions by ability. So, for example, I coach bocce. There will be about 250 bocce athletes from across the state at state games in Towson in a couple of weeks. We'll divide those 250 athletes into 50 divisions, so about 5 athletes for each division. And as best we can, we divide them up by ability so that each athlete, when they go to competition, has a realistic chance to win a gold medal. And if we have 50 divisions, we'll award 50 gold medals. And so we work hard in all of the sports to try to adapt to how the athlete presents, and have them compete with people that match them in ability. And then we have different programs. So if you go back to the prior slide, you'll see like for soccer, we have a soccer adult soccer skills, or we have softball and softball skills in the green area. And so those are 2 areas where we have skills or programs where they don't actually play a game. They work on the skills attached to the sport. So for the soccer skills, can you kick the ball? Can you can you dribble the ball? For softball, can you throw it? Can you catch it? Can you hit a ball? And so we try to have different programs for different ability levels.
Oh, that's great. Yes, well that sounds amazing. So yes, I sent this out to everybody. So for any reason, if you did not get the PowerPoint with all of the information, let me know. But definitely, thank you so much. I know so many PCR members rave about Montgomery County Special Olympics, specifically bowling. I hear about bowling a lot.
Bowling
Uh,
is very popular.
yes. So thank you for everything you do. All right. Okay, so next we are going to go to Main Street. All right. So, Main Street, we are going to have Robert Key. Main Street Connect is an accessible and inclusive community center in Rockville that offers programs for adults of all abilities, from baking classes and book clubs to fitness, arts, and professional events. By creating a culture of kindness and possibility, Main Street empowers people with and without disabilities to lead happier, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. So, we're going to hear from Robert, the membership and program associate.
Thank you so much, Melissa, and happy Wednesday, everybody. I am so excited to share a little bit more about Main Street and all of the things we do in our programming. You can see some of our values on screen right now, and you can pop to the next slide. So just as Melissa said, Main Street is an affordable, accessible, and inclusive community center in Rockville, running a whole variety of programs, all kinds of different activities that we run every single week. We have programs that are offered during the day and in the evening, and we also do some occasional weekend pop-ups. And really, what we like to use that for is often those are open to the public events, what's called our featured events, which we use to sort of connect our members to the broader community. So, kind of open things up, bring new people in, just more opportunities for connection there. Can head to the next slide. So we run events in person and virtually, as well as hybrid. And really, there's a whole bunch of different ways to connect. Even with our in-person programming, you'll see we have kind of larger gathering spaces for those who kind of like being around, a whole bunch of different people. And then we have smaller spaces too. If that's kind of more of a preference, there are options available. We have over 260 members. Some of you might be familiar with Main Street Apartments, which is connected to our community center space, but you don't have to be a resident in order to be a member. Our members are people with and without disabilities. Membership is for adults, so ages 18 plus. And we have some different membership options based on your interests and how involved you choose to be. So there's one that's a bit of a higher price, kind of like more in like you can sign up for all the programs with no additional fee. And then another one that's a bit lower. It's kind of more a la carte. Can head to the next slide. This is the building. This is Main Street. So we are really operating all of our programs in the ground floor. Some highlights, things to know. We have a fitness center. There is kind of a teaching kitchen space where we run some of those baking and even cooking classes from time to time. Multimedia room where we play like games, Quiplash, Jeopardy, bingo, all kinds of stuff. And our classroom space, which can be more educational, but can also be like a game room and a group fitness studio, all kinds of things. We'll go to the next slide. Our approach, so Main Street was founded on an approach called Bring Your Own Independence. What that means is that Main Street is not a direct service provider, so we don't provide one-on-one support. But we do encourage our members to bring with them whatever or whoever they need in order to feel more independent. And so that can be a support person, can be an aid for communication or mobility. All of these things are available, and you'll see really choice is woven throughout a lot of our programming too, with different options all the time. We'll go to the next slide. Some things we like to highlight from our member survey, lots of opportunities to try new things, have a lot of fun. And I think the big one, 91% of our members said they feel more like they belong because of their Main Street membership. It's a little quote, found a place where I belong. We'll head to the next slide. So these are some of our open to the public events that are coming up. I think our big one is Neighborhood Health and Safety Day, which I'll talk a little bit about. But we also have a local artist coming in. We're going to do an opening reception, which is a lot of fun, kind of talk about some of their works. We have an art gallery space where their work will be displayed for the quarter. And then we also have an Ayurvedic cooking event coming up, which is going to be a partnership with Extend Yoga, kind of bringing some people in, doing a little bit of cooking. We can go to the next slide. Neighborhood Health and Safety Day. This is our big one. It is coming up Saturday, June 6th. The timing is 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to be in and outside of Main Street, and we block off Monroe Place for this event. It is a ton of fun. We have first responders come in. We're going to have a DJ, face painting, all kinds of different activities, opportunities to connect with neighbors in the community. It really is a lot of fun. This is free, open to the public, family friendly. Bring your friends, bring everybody. This is really a good time. We'll go to the next slide. Uh, if you have any questions or if you're looking for where to get started, the best place is our website. That's mainstreetconnect.org. You can actually sign up for membership on there, but you can also view, all of our events, even sign up for those free ones, and even schedule a tour is another great option if you want to kind of come in and see it and check it out. If you have any questions about anything, you can always email me. That is going to be at membership@mainstreetconnect.org. And then, of course, we have some places you can follow on social media as well. That is
Okay.
going to be all from me here.
Okay, great. So does anybody have any questions? Thank you so much. That is amazing. I actually recently went to the bakery, the deli bakery
Yes,
with
the beanbag.
yes. I went with Sharon Norcio, who's on this call. And it was delicious. I got the cookie, the free cookie. It was like the free cookie with something, and it was delicious. So
Free Cookie Fridays. Yeah, I
yes.
know they run over there. Yeah, another
Yeah.
thing to check out for sure.
Yes. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, also too, if anybody in the audience is interested in asking a question, you can always raise your hand and I can allow you to talk if you feel more comfortable asking a question that way. Just let me know, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. All right. Well, I don't see any, but if they pop up, we can send them your way. And also, if there's anything you want to put in the chat, specific events or anything, you're more than welcome to, Robert.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay, of course. Thank you. All right. So next we have Montgomery County Parks. We have Rachel is the exclusive program and events coordinator for Montgomery Parks, where she focuses on creating daytime programming for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. In prior roles, Rachel created community programming in museums and higher education institutions. Rachel?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always really excited to talk about how Montgomery Park supports inclusion and accessibility for all. We can go to the next slide. So Montgomery Parks, which is part of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, encourages and supports the participation of individuals with disabilities across all of our facilities, from nature centers and gardens to tennis courts to basketball courts, historic sites, absolutely anything you can dream of, we have it. The only thing I'm going to ask you to keep in mind during this program is that in Montgomery County, for some very confusing reason, they decided that parks and recreation should be separate. So I can only talk about the park side today. I think you're hearing from recreation later, though, so they'll be able to fill you in some more. Next slide. So my office specifically is the Program Access Office, and our office offers free support services to help individuals with disabilities access our programs, classes, camps, and events. All programs offered by Montgomery Parks are inclusive programs, and you are welcome to register for any single program that you are interested in. We would love to have you. We'd love to make it as inclusive as possible, and we'd love to provide accommodations to make it the best possible experience. My office helps make programs more accessible in 3 ways. We provide ADA accommodations for individuals, we provide support services for large events that happen in parks, and we also create programs that are geared towards people with disabilities that are a little more specialized. When you register for a program, any program, you will be asked if you need an ADA accommodation, which can include a companion for the participant who's coming to the program. Our most requested services include that we can provide trained support staff to come to your program to assist with participation and enhance the staff to participant ratio. We also can do things like sign language interpretation or large print materials. We also have adaptive and assistive equipment tailored to individual needs. And like I said before, we welcome companions, whether they are family, friends, or paid companions, to join participants at programming. Summer camps are especially popular, and we ensure every site has trained staff to foster inclusion and meaningful participation for all. During this presentation, I'm going to dive a little bit more into our more specialized programming for people with disabilities, because that's my bread and butter. So we can go to the next slide. So my absolute favorite programs we do are called our Meaningful Day programs. We started these programs in 2023 because we often saw people coming to parks during the day and not knowing what to do. Meaningful Day programs exist to give participants with intellectual and developmental disabilities a fun, interesting, and meaningful experience in nature. Right now, most of our programs are taking place in Silver Spring and in the surrounding area, but we're really excited starting this fall to expand those offerings to a wider geographic location throughout Montgomery County. Most programs take place between 10:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. That's the feedback that we receive from a lot of different agencies and families that works best for them. All the programs are for people over the age of 18. And all the programs that I'm going to be talking about today are absolutely free, which is such an amazing thing that we're able to do. But the one caveat is that registration is required for all of my programs. That helps us make sure we have the right amount of staff, the right amount of supplies, and that we're able to give an individualized experience. So our goal through Meaningful Day programs is to create great small to mid-sized group programs that give great experiences in community. So we're all about building those social skills. We're all about building relationships. It really is the best thing ever when I see my participants start to get to know each other and they recognize each other and they're able to have long-term conversations and long-term relationships over the course of these programs. So as I said before, we really welcome companions, friends, families, and direct service providers to come with us, but they don't need to register. We just ask that you let us know on that ADA accommodation that they're coming. That helps us track the services that we're providing and that you're providing. And that data helps us get more staff to do more programs. So our goal is to expand it because right now, I am the only one running Meaningful Day programs, and we'd love to do more. We can go to the next slide. So we're wrapping up our spring programming right now, and we're about to dive right into summer. So we have 6 programs coming up, 2 of which are new. So first we have our gardening club, which is a 6-week series at the Maydale Nature Classroom where participants will learn how to garden. We have our Campfire Chats program, which is a monthly social club where participants go on a nature wander, do a
Hey,
nature-inspired
Rachel,
craft.
sorry, do you mind just slowing down a little bit for the translators?
Sorry, can do.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, so I saw that someone in the chat asked how you register. You can register on activemontgomery.com. You can also follow this QR code or go to the link that's below it. It'll take you to a page with more registration information. So we also have our Campfire Chats program, which is a monthly social club where participants go on a nature wander, do a nature-inspired craft, and socialize around a treat like s'mores or lemonade. We have a Trail Trekkers program, which is a 6-week hiking series. We have a park cleanup program, which is another brand new program where we're partnering with our watershed cleanup team to give back to the community. So participants will be cleaning up a park and learning more about the importance of recycling and cleaning up our local spaces. And then we have a therapeutic recreation bocce program where we partner with the Special Olympics of Maryland to learn how to play bocce in a low pressure but fun environment. We also have therapeutic recreation kayaking lessons, where certified kayaking instructors teach participants how to kayak in accessible locations. So we have things like tandem kayaks and rudders on the kayak so you can't flip over. And then we also have kayak launches to make it a little bit easier to learn. Registration fills really fast. Our summer registration is already open and some of these programs are already full. What I will ask that you do is join the wait list. There's two reasons for that. The first reason is that because we do have turnover, and so you may get your spot, and we would love to have you. The second reason is because that data of how many people are on the wait list helps us go and ask for more staff members so we can offer more programming and support more people. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at registration. We can go to the next slide. So our programs change every season depending on the weather, what participants are interested in, and our community partnerships. And that means that our trained expert staff is always excited to work with you on new and interesting programs. So our past seasons have included things like bocce, which is an indoor version of bocce, and an archaeology program. We can go to the next slide. We also have adaptive recreation programs. So these are programs that have typically traditionally been done for people with physical disabilities, but we've also adapted them for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So we began offering adaptive sports and therapeutic recreation programs, as I said, in 2023. We have also offered a Sensory Sunday at Meadowside Nature Center, where we work in collaboration with the Autism Society of Maryland, and we also provided a half-day bilingual nature-based program. We also have Sensory Saturdays at the Agricultural History Farm Park, which is a lot of fun with different stations. You can go do different activities in a brand new environment. We also have an adaptive mountain biking program where you get to hit the trails with some expert mountain biking instructors. And we have both lessons through our clinics, and then we also have group rides. So you can try it at a variety of different levels. And our kayaking program currently is at Riley's Lock, which is a fully accessible park with an accessible boat launch. And we collaborate with Team River Runner to make that program happen, which is a nonprofit that supports veterans with disabilities on the water. And there's also an accessible boat launch at Black Hill Regional Park. So these programs are not only recreation for the participants who are taking part in them, it is also respite for family members and caregivers. With the support of our expert staff and community partners, we welcome participants with a wide range of needs. So people with physical disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and developmental disabilities. We are excited that you are here and we are excited to work with you. For more information, you can visit our website for dates, times, and meeting spots. You can go to the next slide. So if you're visiting parks on your own or with the program, Montgomery Parks offers adaptive equipment that's free to use. So we have things like our Grit Freedom Chair, which is an all-terrain wheelchair so you can hit the trails, adaptive mountain bikes, ergonomic gardening chairs, tennis wheelchairs for teens and adults, and specialized adaptive kayaking equipment. And again, this is for anyone to use. You just have to let us know in advance that you're coming, and all that information can also be found on our website, which I'll share. We can go to the next slide. And if you're looking to give back and take more of a leadership role, you can also volunteer or work for parks. So many of our volunteer opportunities are accessible and welcoming to people with disabilities. And again, they are also all inclusive. So we are also here to provide supports for volunteers. So I personally oversee the daytime program assistant position where folks can volunteer to support our meaningful day programs. And I often have people with intellectual and developmental disabilities sign up to volunteer for those programs so they can learn more about taking on a leadership role and acclimate to that new experience, which is really great. And so you can kind of do everything in these roles from like helping at events to gardening to greeting visitors to volunteering to birding, and just be part of something bigger in the community. And we can go to the next slide. As I said before, I can't make my programs without your help. And one of the things that we really, really appreciate is our community input. So we'd like to hear what you would like to see in parks and what programs are interesting to you. You can check out the QR code, you can scan that, or you can look at the short URL. It will take you to a survey where you can let me know which of these amazing opportunities you'd like to you would like to take part in parks, and I can make that happen for you. We can go to the next slide. So people have already asked how you can register, how you can find information about adaptive equipment, how you can find out where to go. ActiveMontgomery.org is the best place to be. This QR code will take you there, and as will that short URL. Our Meaningful Day programs are free. We are excited to have you, and you can also use our Build Your Own Guide page, which is a tool that lets you filter out all of the hundreds of activities that Parks offers and just find exactly what you're looking for. So you can especially look for therapeutic recreation programs, and everything that I do will pop up. We can go to the last slide. Okay, you can stay up to date with everything we're doing by visiting our website. We're committed to growing our efforts, building inclusive systems, and continuing conversations around usability and access. Thank you for being here, and thank you for making our parks an accessible and welcoming space for all. I'm very happy to take any questions.
Okay, great. So one question is, do you have to live in Montgomery County?
Nope, you can come from anywhere.
Okay, but do you need, like, anybody can use it? You don't need,
Anybody can come to our programs.
okay. Are any of the programs mobile, meaning traveling to a location to administer the activities?
There are programs in parks that do travel. Our nature centers do some travel-based program. We also have a Nature on Wheels program, which is a traveling nature center. They don't work in my office, but if you are interested in a therapeutic recreation program coming to you, I can come and talk. We can talk though, so we can do customized programming too. So I'd love to learn a little bit more about what you're looking for.
Okay, great. Where are your offering day programs in the fall other than Silver Spring area?
So we're in the very, very beginning of finalizing our fall programs right now. We kind of straddle 3 seasons at a time. So I'm just finalizing my fall right now. And so we're looking at Black Hill Regional Park and we're looking at Fairland Recreational Park for 2 of our fall programs.
And where is that located for some?
I just know the parks. Like off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I can
Okay,
grab the town. Sorry.
no worries.
Black Hills is up in the Clarksburg, Boyd's area. I know that. I think
Okay.
Fairland is down Spring, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay, great. And then does any of the parks on the top of your head have a wheelchair swing?
Yeah, absolutely. So several of our parks do. So you can go on our website and filter out what you're looking for in certain parks, and it will also tell you if a park is fully accessible, or mostly accessible. So you can look for exactly what you need.
That's great. No, thank you so much. Definitely, I know for a lot of our families that Montgomery Parks, they will definitely be using this summer. So thank you for everything that you do. Rachel. And then I just wanted, John said, you also do not need to live in Montgomery County to participate in Montgomery Special Olympics, with one exception. If a program is full, we have to give preference to MoCo residents. So thank you for clarifying that, John. Okay, great. Well, thank you. Well, so we are off to the races for our next organization. So we have City of Rockville Recreation and Parks, Miss Sharon Norcio. Fellow CTRS is a recreation professional whose career has shaped inclusive community recreation across Montgomery County, Maryland, and beyond. Following a long career in Montgomery County Recreation, where she led countywide therapeutic recreation and inclusion initiative, general camps and classes, senior program staffing, and volunteer initiatives. She has recently gone over to Montgomery, to City of Rockville, and so we're so excited to have Sharon. So Sharon.
Oh, good evening, and thank you for having me tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit globally, and then I'll go down and talk more specifically about Rockville because there's a lot of overlap between Montgomery Parks and then the other municipal agencies that are there. So I hope that this session will provide information on how to access recreation and parks programs, camps, and facilities, no matter who sponsors them, because we all I think everybody on this panel wants you to come out and play with us. And you just have to do a little bit of looking to see what works for your family, for your schedule, for your location, and things like that. In Montgomery County, services are provided by multiple agencies, including Montgomery Parks, who we just heard from, Montgomery Recreation, who you'll hear from next, City of Gaithersburg, City of Rockville, City of Tacoma Park, and the Montgomery Village Foundation. So there's a lot of opportunity with the municipal agencies to be able to access recreation in a place that works for you. It's really important. You don't necessarily have to reside in any of this jurisdictions. You just have to be able to get there. In some of the cases, there is an out of county or out of city resident fee, but it is pretty minimal and it doesn't even apply to all programs. So if you would go to the next slide. So all the local agencies offer options for leisure time. There are programs in camps, and Montgomery County Rec has camps that go up to age 21. So if you think you've aged out of camp, you may not have. Charlie will talk about those in a minute. We all have community centers, senior centers, nature centers, parks and activities. There's both indoor and outdoor pools. And we all have festivals and music events, and like Main Street said, there's a partnership with City of Rockville that's coming up this weekend to engage the community in public safety activities as well. Next slide. So again, these are the logos of some of the agencies that are the bigger providers in Montgomery County. We all also offer inclusive and adaptive programs. We all operate year round, definitely a heavy emphasis in the summer on summer camps, but that doesn't mean the other programs go away. So please don't think because we have summer camps that there are not adult programs as well. We all offer ADA accommodations and modifications to be able to participate in our programs, and we all have financial assistance for the programs that do have fees that are attached to them. Next slide. So at Rockville, which is where I am now, I was very happy at Montgomery County Recreation for a long time. And in Rockville, there was a brand new advocacy for, increased access, for increased staff training and things like that. So in Rockville, Program Access, also known as Inclusion, is an initiative by the Recreation and Parks Department that welcomes individuals with disabilities into all leisure and recreation activities. We provide reasonable accommodations so that everyone can successfully participate. Next slide. So how do you find out about our programs? We have recreation guides. We actually still print them. People love the print guides. They're also available online. But they do come out every quarter. This past weekend, the photo that you're seeing is from last year's Memorial Day parade, but it's a huge parade. I think we had 76 um, folks in the parade this year. So it's a really, really fun weekend. And we have other things coming up, which I'll go. We have a newly updated website with additional search features and accessibility. We are still working with the web designer, so it's only going to get better. If you go to the next slide. This is what our website looks like. And if you pick a facility, and I just picked a couple of random ones in there, we have cottages, we have a nature center, community centers, F. Scott Fitzgerald Theater, which we just had our very first sensory-friendly event. That F. Scott also houses our very first adult changing table, and we are, super excited about that. And our Twin Brook Community Center will be unveiling their two new restrooms, one in the annex building and one in the main community center. So we will have two more adult changing areas coming on board very soon. But these little tiles, these blue boxes that you see on there, tell you what features are at that facility. There's also a search feature on there. So if you are looking for something specific, you can go in and either search it by the name of the facility to see if they have what you want, or you can go in and search by the feature. So if you say, I want places that have, live animals at them, they will tell you. If there's things with a sensory garden, they would tell you what is, based on the tiles that are on here. So we may have bank shot basketball in one place and a rescued owl in another. So you get to pick what you want to engage with. Next slide. Get a lot of questions about pool this time of year. Our pools did open last weekend. The pool on the left is our brand new renovated, accessible outdoor pool. It has shade, it has zero entry levels of the pool. It also has some very cool slides and things. And then we have two indoor pools. And we have lessons for all ages of folks. We have open swim. We have water fitness classes. And if you go to the website, you can see how to either get a pass or join as a member of the pools, which allow you to use both the indoor and the outdoor spaces. Next slide. So this is a common graphic that you'll see in a lot of recreation things. It was also on the parks one earlier. We really want you to find the right fit for you because we understand that not all programs are for all people. So, when you're looking at access to programs, there are some baselines. You have to be interested in the subject. Just because a parent wants a child to become more fit doesn't mean that a sports camp is going to be the best match for them. So we really want to make sure that when you're selecting your program that you end up in a program that is going to be safe and successful for you. And if you're not sure what that looks like, my email will come up again at the end, but it's programaccess@Rockville MD. And you're welcome to email me at any time. And if I don't know the answer to that, I will go to the program supervisor and ask specific questions like, how many people are in the program and, what kind of supplies are we involved with? Is there a lot of scent, a lot of sound, if there's sensory issues. So we will work with you to be able to make sure that we find the program that is the best fit for your needs. Next slide. One of the other things that's super exciting is free movies in the park. These are open to anybody. They happen on Thursday evenings. They move around the city. You can come, bring your blanket, and watch the movie with friends. They do have some food trucks on site for those. But if you're ever interested in just going out and doing a free movie with your friends, this is a great opportunity. There's no pressure. You can either sit right up next to the screen where it's going to be loud and it's going to be very bright, or you can sit a little bit further back where you have a little more space and you can control who's around you a little better. But free movies in the park are super successful program that are drop-in. You don't have to RSVP, you don't have to register. You just show up with your chair or your blanket and enjoy the show. Next slide. So this is how you reach us. The website that is on here is basically the Montgomery County, I'm sorry, the City of Rockville site. And it takes you to all our programs, all of our facilities. And then program access at rockvillemd.gov is where you go to either request accommodations or ask any questions about the program that you might be interested in or an event that you might be interested in. And that's my time that I was allotted. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Does anyone have any questions? Again, if you want to ask them personally, you're more than welcome to raise your hand and I can allow you to talk. All right, well, thank you so much, Sharon.
Thank you.
And next we have Montgomery County Department of Recreation. So we have Charlie Butler. He will be presenting on Montgomery County's therapeutic and inclusion programs. He has worked at the department for 31 years and with individuals with disabilities for 43 years. This is an overview of programs and how to access services. So, Charlie.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Melissa. So thank you guys very much. As part of what Sharon was saying, we all do talk a lot and share a lot of our activities um, within the county. And I think we're very lucky in the county that we do have so many amazing agencies that do share and put information and programs out there. So with that, I know we have a little limited time here. So if you want to change the slide, Melissa. Thank you. And so we'll start with our inclusion support services. And next slide. That's actually a video, but we'll pass that. But it just talks a little bit about the kind of programming and inclusion that you would that we provide. And it looks at some of the kids and the teens and stuff. So and maybe after a little bit longer time, we can show that video. So our mission for Montgomery County is, like a lot of folks, is provide high quality, equitable, fun programs. And there's my phone ringing, so let me put that on mute. Um, we also want to create environments where community members feel included and valued. We have provide opportunities to build sense of communities, incorporate current trends, direct programs, and stimulate growth and knowledge through leisure. So that picture to the right is one of our summer camps from a couple of years back, probably 4 or 5 years easily back then or something like that. Like a lot of these folks, we do have summer camps for kids and teens. Next slide, please. So now we'll get a little bit more into the programming spot. Overview. So we try to provide low-cost classes for youth and adults year-round. In the summertime, like some of the other agencies, we do provide summer camps. We do have out-of-school day programs. So like today, when there was no school, we have club adventure programs where kids are included in the programs, where they may have, if there's a need for an interpreter or if there's a need for a companion or so there can um what's the word I've lost like that so they can call and make arrangements to look at getting a companion to attend some of these programs during the day. um we also have adapted swim lessons, special events, parent respite nights, so where we'll provide the programming or so for the kids to do things and parents would have a night to go out, to have some fun there, something like that. So on some of these days, and in the evenings, we'll do that. Next slide. Summer camps. Currently, I believe most of our camps may be full. There might be a few spaces left in a couple of the therapeutic recreation ones. So they're very specific to disabilities. So as you can see that we have like a summer fun zone that carries youth, mids, middle school area teens, which is at the Glen Allen Elementary School, along with the summer fun after ESY. So we do have camps that do run after the ESY programs in July. And I believe this year ESY is 5 weeks. And I know that there's just 4 days a week. And so we made some changes so that on the Fridays, those kids can come in on the full day. That helps parents out a lot or so with that change. And a lot of time those changes happen after programs are put out there. We adjust as you guys have to adjust when the MCPS and ESY kind of changes. We also have at the end of the summer 2 different camps, one at Good Hope, one at Upper County Community Center, where they're called the Splash Zone, this one I have at Good Hope. And also we have one at Upper County, the Swim Zone. So this year it's 1 week, again, because of the timing of ESY and MCPS going back. Typically, they've been 2 weeks. That just gives an extra week or two for parents and kids to continue with the camp experience. Next slide, please. Inclusion support services. Okay, so again, promoting meaningful participation in recreation programs. We have inclusive events with sensory-friendly hours. We train our staff on specific needs, best practices, and strategies to help support participation for all. Additional staff support for participants in general programming, and that's where you can go and make the request for companions, or if you need other things like interpreters or so to be able to attend to a program, which it says below with the ALS interpreters, Braille, assisted listening devices. And so we put all of those in place, the same as what Sharon was saying, and a lot of different agencies to put those things in place to be inclusive, promoting the meaningful day kind of programming, meaningful recreation programming throughout the year. Next, please. How to request support. So you can email rec.inclusion@montgomerycountymd.gov. And we normally would ask for information like what program, days of the week, um, whatever the specifics are of the programming. And like Sharon had said also, when you're looking at doing inclusion or so, you want to keep in mind the kind of things that your child may want to go to or the kind of experiences you want them to be with. Um, we do tell parents if they're typically in a classroom where there's 5 to 6 kids, and you now want your child to go to a program that may have 120, it may not be the best fit at that time or so. They may want to find programs that don't have that many kids. That's a big change for a lot of kids. They're not used to those kind of things. But also, we also will say when they're at school, if it's possible to have your child go to lunchtime where there's more kids and they're getting used to that, or go to PE classes, go to things where um, they're getting used to more and more folks being around. So as time goes on, they can move up to like I said, like our summer fun centers that have like 120, 25 kids. So to make it a more happy situation. They can have more fun. They can maybe meet some new friends or so, as opposed to, they're so used to being in the classrooms with 6 kids, 5 other kids or so. Um, Next slide, please. Again, choosing the right fit, identifying the interests, the sessions available, age groups. Do you want to be in a specific therapeutic recreation program or a general program? Um, you can go in, you would create your account. We're in Active Montgomery, .org. Those are places that if you're looking for classes and programming, things like that, we would encourage you to go and register, get an account. Everything's online. You can request the support services through direct.inclusion if you need that. Um, and not everybody does, it's really up to you to knowing your child, or teen or adult, the best, and what kind of needs the services. And a lot of times, sometimes they may not need it at all. So, it's always good to talk to the rec specialist, to the inclusion specialist. Sometimes it works better. You may not find that. We do have times when we have things set up and we find out that the kid or so doesn't need that support, which is great. Um, and then at the end, we actually say enjoy the program, participate in the program. Um, Next slide, or is that my last slide, Melissa? Oh, facilities. Okay. Basically, when you come to Montgomery County facility, everybody will get a rec pass. We encourage you to get a rec pass access card. It's free for the last 3 years or so. So if you are a county resident, you get the card, you fill out the information, and you just scan when you come in. So that gives you access to gyms, to game rooms, to weight exercise rooms. It's really there to encourage to use our facilities, to be involved, to get your exercise, to socialize. So the only thing that it does not include for free would be the aquatic programs, which is a different pass. So next, please. Stay in the know. Visit mocorec.com. Follow us on social media. There's a monthly newsletter, Direct Insider, that you can also register for. And we also have the seasonal guides 4 times a year. So I believe that's it for the presentation. And any questions there? Rec Assist. Didn't know there was one more. So there is a fund there for recreation subsidies for families that you can also apply for. The current qualification receives $400 per person in the family. And qualified programs that you can see would be the Farms Free and Reduced Lunch, Meal Services Temporary, Supplemental SSI, Housing Shelter, Medicaid, et cetera. There's a number of listings there. So those would be the requirements to send in to do the qualifications. Okay. And in the know again. Here we go. And ways to register again. You can see Active Montgomery. To register, you can call the 240-777-6840 or by mail, where you can download or print a registration form and mail it in. So easy ways to register.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so then a few questions.
Okay.
So it says lots of programs are concentrated around Silver Spring. Can they be spread to different areas of the county, or can more adult programs be offered? So are there other opportunities than Silver Spring?
Yes, so we do have some programs in the Rockville area, like Bower Drive Community Center. We would have some in the upper county areas like North Potomac over at Potomac Community Center. There are 22 recreation centers spread throughout the county. And each facility is a little different. They may have more classrooms than some might have a bigger social halls, et cetera, to where we place classes. There's probably a higher concentration of community centers in this greater Silver Spring area. But we do try to place more in the upper areas. So there are some classes up there, but yeah, we do look at that. I know that at Plumgar, which is Germantown, and Germantown Community Center, there are classes. But it's good for us to know that people want more classes at different areas, so by all means, you can always send us an email or call or just to say, hey, can we get more classes here, or Damascus or something like that.
Okay, fabulous. Well, thank you so much, Charlie. So that is the end of our first presentation, but we have some more people to go. So hold on one second. All right. So next we have Haley Cutler from ArtStream. She is the Associate Artistic Director. She is a choreographer, performer, curator, dance educator, and founder working at the intersection of experimental art and community practice. Haley?
All right. Hi, everybody. Melissa, thank you again for having me. And I just want to shout out that I saw so many art streamers in other people's presentations and their photos, and it just makes me so happy to, see the community crossover, and just like how many great resources there are for the people that we all love and support. So yeah, that was exciting. So thank you again to PCR for having us. I am here to talk about our late spring and summer programming, but I'll start with a little quick intro about what we do. So ArtStream is a theater-focused nonprofit for adults ages 18 plus with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm currently in the conference room on top of our theater because we are in rehearsals for our show this weekend. So it's quite loud, and there's some fun screaming and singing happening. That's so great. Anyway, so we offer a couple of different programs. We offer classes. Usually there are 4, 6, or 8-week class series where you'll gain a lot of socio-emotional skills through theater exercises, theater activities. Those include movement, those include voice work, and then of course the full scope of theater and acting. And then we also have 6 inclusive theater companies, and those are longer form projects where our actors with IDDs work with professional teams of artists, so choreographers, directors, scriptwriters, composers, stage managers, etc., to devise completely original musical theater works. And then we also have a couple of cabaret programs that are focused mostly on singing, some stand-up, some puppetry, clowning, and those are also slightly shorter form projects. So our upcoming classes that we have that are still available to register for are our Pop Star Playbook class, which is in Silver Spring at the Silver Spring Black Box in downtown Silver Spring. And that class is starting on June 8th and it runs through June 29th. It's Monday evenings from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And Pop Star Playbook is sort of an overarching theme for, again, a class that really focuses on confidence building, collaborative work through theater exercises and games. And in Pop Star Playbook specifically, the focus is on learning and performing pop songs. So it's really driven by the folks who sign up because they get to choose the songs that they want to commit to for the class. And it's a super fun class. It's been nice and full this year, so we know that people are enjoying that theme. And then we also are trying something new this year. We really operate like a theater, and so we typically don't have a ton of programming in the summer, but we are hearing from folks that they're really anxious for programming and wanting it year round, which is so exciting. So we are offering a clowning workshop with one of the founders of our organization and also one of our first teaching artists. So we are a 20-year-old organization. We just are wrapping up our 20th anniversary season, and we have participants that have been with us for all 20 years, started with us when we were growing out of Imagination Stage, and have stuck with us, and a lot of our teaching artists have too, and they're incredible. They're experts in their fields, and they're amazing. And 2 of them are teaching a clowning workshop this summer. The way that workshop is going to work is it's once a month for 3 of the summer months. So it's June 13th, July 11th, and August 8th. And those are sort of like more intensive, sort of longer afternoons once a month. And that will also take place at the Silver Spring Black Box where I currently am. And the great thing about these summer classes is that if you are new to ArtStream and you take one of these classes, then you'll be eligible to audition for one of our inclusive theater companies in the fall. So then once you've done the class, you're ready to audition. You go through this 6-month process of collaborating with other artists, your peers, and then you have a really professional level performance in an incredible venue. We're not just at Silver Spring Black Box. We're also in Gaithersburg, Rockville. We're also in Virginia. We're in DC. So it's a great time to sign up for an ArtStream class if you think you or your folks, the adults that you know, might be interested. We also, if you're an organization and you're interested in hiring ArtStream to bring our classes to you, that's something that we can do. I'm going to put our website with some of our links and then also my email in the chat. I handle both our programs and our partnerships, so I'm the person to email if you're interested. So we offer sort of a kind of a broad menu of offerings. So we can come to your location and we can do a one-off workshop. We can do a 6-week session. We can sort of work with you and your budget to figure out what you want out of a partner class and what that theme might be. And then we'll pick the right teaching artists with our ArtStream curriculum to come to you. And then I want to say a couple other things. Oh, nope, just the one. So like I said, I'm currently in the theater as we speak, rehearsing for our shows this weekend. Our Silver Spring Inclusive Theater Companies are presenting 2 brand new original works devised by our actors with disabilities. And those shows are Saturday and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. We are not quite sold out yet, but we do encourage you to get tickets online through our website because we are very likely to sell out and tickets might not be available at the door. Those tickets are donation based. We typically set a minimum of $10, but you're welcome to contact us if you would like a ticket and if the ticket price is a barrier to joining us. I think that's it. Again, I'm going to put our website with our registration links for our classes and also my email address where you can reach out to me about partnering or with any questions about class registration. And yeah, happy to take any questions now. And thanks again, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you so much, Haley. Does anyone have any questions for Haley?
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks so much. All right. So next we have Jared from Spirit Club. Jared is the founder of Spirit Club, an inclusive fitness organization serving people of all abilities. With a background in psychology and personal training, Jared was inspired to create Spirit Club after working with adults with disabilities and volunteering in Ethiopia, where he saw the power of fitness to improve lives. Since 2012, he led Spirit Club in making health and wellness accessible to all. Jared?
Hello, thanks, Melissa. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And thank you to Melissa and PCR for putting on both this event tonight and also all the great programs that you all provide. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here with you all. Excited to share some information about Spirit Club. And also just want to say what a great lineup of other people and organizations, all who offer really fantastic programs, a lot of which Spirit Club actually contracts with and offers the exercise and fitness programs. So I could say very much firsthand that these are all fantastic programs. So thank you for taking the time to listen about Spirit Club. I will be brief and share the most essential information. I'm going to use our website as my guide to walk you through our different services. But before I do, I'll just reiterate Melissa's background about Spirit Club. So we were started really with the mission of making fitness accessible and available for everybody. My first job out of college was working as a support counselor at a local service provider called Jubilee in Kensington, and I worked as a support counselor with adults with developmental disabilities. My other job at the time in evenings and weekends was working as a personal trainer at a gym. And after about 5 minutes, I realized how important it was and what a good opportunity it was for me to try to bridge that gap between the disability community and the fitness industry and to make exercise and fitness programs that are more accommodating, more adaptive, and designed to support people with disabilities. And so that's what we are here for. That's what we are all about. We've been around for about since 2012, so coming up on 14 years. And our main gym is located in Kensington, but we've established a lot of partnerships throughout Montgomery County and also some other counties, Howard County, Baltimore, Prince George's County, where we offer inclusive and adaptive exercise and fitness programs. So I will share our website. We had a new website created recently, which I'm excited to share with you all. And hopefully you can see it. So this is the Spirit Club website that I will use to walk us through the different opportunities and programs that are available. Fortunately, over the years, we've been blessed with some really good press features, um, featured as a top 10 gym in America by Men's Health, which was a fun surprise. The Washington Post, Baltimore Sun, Voice of America, really great coverage to help kind of bring some exposure to both Spirit Club and also just the importance of inclusivity among when it comes to exercise and fitness services. So we're happy to be able to kind of spread the word that way. In terms of our programs, we focus on a few different aspects. One is group classes. So we really want people to be able to use fitness not only for physical activity and to improve your physical health, but also social and emotional opportunities to build a community and to have fun. And it's always more fun when you exercise with other people. So we focus a lot on group exercise classes, where people can work out in a social setting. And these classes are really designed to be fun and engaging. We start with a warm up. Everybody gets to introduce themselves and lead their favorite exercise if they have one. We always break into partners. I'm actually going to pull up our group class video here so you can see it while I'm talking. Um, we break into partners and work out with a buddy so we can build a connection during the class. We always do a relay race or a team activity incorporating sports and athletics and obstacle courses into the classes. And then we always end with a cool down and incorporate, fun icebreakers and socialization into these classes as well. So they're designed to be really fun social experience as well as helping you, get moving and work on your fitness goals. So the group classes are a really important part of the program. It's really how we started. When we first started, we were teaching weekly fitness classes um, for the community, and I got connected with a really awesome guy named Sam Smith, who knows and is associated with a lot of the other people in this group. And he helped me start Spirit Club with the emphasis of um, making fitness more accessible. Sam helped co-found Spirit Club, and as a person with autism who's also a marathon runner, he really helped not only demonstrate that fitness can be available for people with disabilities, but also that people with disabilities can be leaders in the fitness industry and help showcase and be role models for what we want to aspire for. Like I've never ran any marathons, and Sam is a real role model for me to work towards something like that. Um, so those group classes are really important, and Sam really put his stamp on those classes and making them fun and super creative. So we love those classes, and they are designed both for individuals. So if you want to join a fitness class, you can, as well as for organizations. So if you are affiliated with an organization, we can partner with you to bring fitness classes to the people who you support. So those are the groups, and they are lots of fun. Anybody could come and try a group class for free. They are offered in a variety of different locations: Kensington, Gaithersburg, Rockville, um, Prince George's County, Howard County, Baltimore, really all over. We want our classes to be available for you. The next big service that we offer is, more of the private personal training experience. We work with people one-on-one or one-on-two. We call that partner training. These sessions you can schedule at your, at the convenience of your own schedule. You can do them at our gym and at Spirit Club. I'll pull up the video here. You can see a little bit of personal training while I talk to you. You can do them at our gym at Spirit Club. You can do them in home, in your community. If you live in maybe an apartment complex, you have your own gym, our trainers could come out to you. We have people who just want their sessions in their house, in their living room, or out in the community, right? The weather's getting nice, so our trainers travel to you, and of course, you can come to Spirit Club. A lot of people like to start more with the in-home just to get comfortable and familiar. I remember my first personal training member through Spirit Club, he only wanted in-home, and he didn't, want to come to the gym. And we started in-home, and eventually he got more comfortable with me. And eventually I said, hey, how about, we do the next session at the gym? And he said, okay. And, since then he's built up his comfort level. He comes to the gym every week. He now even volunteers at the front desk and helps us with, greeting people and taking care of the facility. And before that, he wasn't even comfortable showing up at the gym at all. And now he's like a real um, kind of like leader within Spirit Club's operations and is like the face when people walk in. So, for a lot of people, there's the physical benefits of exercise that are so apparent. And for some others, in addition to that, it's really the social and emotional and confidence that people gain using fitness as that avenue or that tool to kind of unlock some confidence there as well. So, and that's really my favorite part of this. I love helping people be more physically fit and healthy. But the truth is, I could do that in a typical gym setting, and I did it in a typical gym setting. But what I think is much more important and meaningful, and this is the common thread with all of our trainers, everybody who we hire, is they want to help people with more than just fitness, and that's really what the emphasis is at Spirit Club. It's you can go to a gym if you want to work on your fitness, but a place like Spirit Club is where you can really make sure the programs and the trainers will meet you where you are. You can feel comfortable and confident, and you can build your life skills beyond just your exercise skills. So that is a little bit of background about Spirit Club. Last couple things I'll share in addition to the personal training and the group classes is different outside funding that's available for people. So here on the website, we do have a lot of partnerships with funding organizations. And the big one that I'll plug real quick is Spirit Club Foundation, which is a nonprofit that we help start to raise money for scholarships and support. And the application for the scholarships and the grants actually open today. So today is the day. For the next 30 days, that portal is open. You can go to this website and apply for a scholarship, and that will help cover the cost of any fitness services. And you can use those scholarships for Spirit Club, but you could actually use those for other organizations as well, some of whom are other panelists here, that you can use the foundation scholarships to help pay for those services. So that is the background about Spirit Club. We got personal training, group classes. Virtual, of course, is available as well. We work with organizations in addition to individuals, and we have scholarships available. Although everybody's first session is free, so you could always try this out and see if it's for you before making any type of commitments. Here on the website, there's a button where you can schedule your free Spirit Start. I will share this link in the chat, and this is where you can reach out to us, tell us a little bit about yourself, and schedule a free session, whether that's a group class that you want to try or a private training session that you want to try. Those are all available for you. So I will thank you once again for inviting me and having me and listening to me. And I will put this link in the chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Jared. And I like to add that PCR is one of the organizations that Jared was talking about, that at all of our exercise programs, Spirit Club actually comes and does is our program leaders at these programs. So, and I have to say, working with you has been amazing, and you honestly will accommodate anything. So we're very thankful. And so it's something that I've seen that you've done, just with personal training, or even when you're working with other agencies. You guys are very accommodating, so I thank you very much for that. All right, does anybody have any questions for Jared? All right, so we're going to wrap up with some with me going to represent Potomac Community Resources. So Margie is kindly going to, I know many of you on the phone, not on the phone, but on the Zoom, maybe even on the phone, have met me before as the Doing Transition Times program. But the great thing about PCR is we do a lot of different programs. So PCR is an award-winning nonprofit organization that provides therapeutic, recreational, social, education, and respite care programs for teens and adults with developmental disabilities. So one thing that is really kind of near and dear to our hearts is that PCR was founded in 1994 by a small group of families. And so all of the families had loved ones with disabilities, and there was not enough programs out there. And so they worked with Our Lady of Mercy to create this program that now is PCR. And so one of the most important things is in the beginning, they all started off as volunteers and having a lot of the programs at their houses. And so one of the things that PCR really is, it's near and dear to our heart, is providing resources for families. And so that's why the Transition Times program is something that we've been doing for a very long time, and is something that we are so happy that it can help so many people. So PCR also has dynamic innovative programs that are designed to encourage our members' personal growth, friendship, healthy lifestyle, and to provide support to their family members and caregivers. Next slide. So I think we're going to skip the video, but I just wanted to quickly go over two things. And if you can't get to the slide, it's okay. If you want to skip that. Okay, perfect. So PCR offers a variety of social and recreation programs. So you see all of the programs that we have, anywhere from respite care to communication counts to music programs, yoga, art. So really a wide range of programs. And as Jared was saying, a lot of the exercise programs, that is actually led by Spirit Club. So all of our programs have a program leader that is certified to lead the program, and they are leading that activity. And then we also have PCR staff that are there to help with the programs as well. So all of our programs, we do offer some in person and some virtual programs through the week and on weekends. Programs are very affordable and all special events are free. So for all the programs, we do accept private pay or funding such as DDA, respite services, and other funding services. So, and also if you know a family that is interested but is worried about money, please have them contact us so we can try to find a solution. It's very important to us, and as you see a common theme to really all of the agencies and organizations on this call, that we really want to provide programs and help and assistance to our community. And so we will really try to figure it out if cost is an issue. So, and then the one thing I wanted to do, because I know we're short on time, but I wanted to focus on, so we have a respite program, respite care. It's called the Tricia Sullivan Respite Care 1 and 2 program. And that is a program that I supervise and really is a flagship program of PCR. And so we have two different programs. The Tricia Sullivan Respite Care One program is a program for individuals with complex needs. So everybody has a one-to-one. But the other program that we have that I'm really trying to get more interest is our Tricia Sullivan Respite Care 2 program. And that program is a 5-hour program, and it's providing it provides a break for the families and 5 hours of social and recreation activities. So this is for individuals with moderate needs. They're able to function in a 1-to-3 staff ratio and in a group of up to 15 people. So ability to follow about 1 to 2 step directions and self-ambulatory required. So for that program, it's really a program for the individuals, a therapeutic program for 5 hours, but it also gives the families a respite, right? So, a lot of our families during that time do things, they might go food shopping, they might spend time with other siblings. And so it's really a program that unfortunately seems to always be under enrolled, but is such a fantastic program. So if anybody is interested, please feel free to reach out to me. I will put my contact in the chat, but please feel free if you have any questions. We also have a lot of special events that we do. It's more during the year, so we'll be coming back up with for the Halloween party in October. But please, if you have any questions, if you can go to the last slide, up there is our website, and the PCR website. One of the things, if you've visited the website before, we have a variety of different areas you can go to. So there's a community links page. There's a page for transition times, which all of the transition times, including the webinars and PowerPoints, and the recordings are all there. So honestly, if you ever have some time, the PCR website is a great website to find other resources and a great way to learn about any of our programs. Similar to, as Jared said, that if there is a program that you're interested in, I say come and try it out. So that way we can see if it's a good fit. And then if for any reason the program isn't a good fit, we can try to find a program that would work for you. So thank you so much. So all the programs are not free. So we have evening programs that are by semester. So we do semesters that go this spring. So we go from February until July. We take a break in August, and then we go September to February. So, or to the end of January, and then we start again. So the great thing about our programs are they're very inexpensive. Or we do provide scholarship, and we do have bingo. So the bingo is free. So we do have some programs that are free, and then we have some programs that do cost. But you can find all of that information on our website under programs. Okay, so I am going to, I will put my contact information in, and then I will finish up the program. All right. So lastly, I want to thank everyone. As you know, I can really say Montgomery County has the most amazing, and I'm not saying this, nobody pays me, but really the most amazing services and resources. And honestly, everybody on this call, you can see the passion. Sharon, I know Sharon didn't tell you, but she retired and then came back because she missed it so much. So she's a perfect example of just how much passion and love that everybody on this call really has. And so thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate it. So we are looking ahead. We have one more virtual transition times for our year. So I can't believe it. I don't know where the year has gone, but we have one more, and it's a very important one. So we will be, I will also put this in the chat. But looking ahead, we will have a transition times meeting Wednesday, June 17th. And it is presented by my favorite, Michael Dalto from High Note Consulting, LLC. And this one's going to be about surviving Medicaid waiver redetermination webinar. So this is going to be a really important one for a lot of the families that have to go through the redetermination process. I know there's so many moving pieces, but if anybody has been to a Michael Dalto presentation, you will know that he really does it in the best clear way that you can really kind of relate to and understand, and he really is always there to help. So again, I'll put that link to register. But and then for anybody else, if we don't see you in June, we will be back doing this again starting in September. So please look out. We will be creating. I'm actually meeting with Margie soon to start planning for our next transition times year. So look out for that, as we will create a flyer that will have QR codes. And we look forward to continuing helping, everyone, and just making this place a better space for all of our loved ones. So thank you so much.